Welcome to Silicon Scoop, where we dive into the latest tech news impacting the world. Join John Irwin and the Startup Coach as they explore the tech news that matters to you. Stay ahead, stay informed, and now on with the show.
The dream of liquid sunlight is finally real, and it's turning the entire energy grid into a rechargeable battery. Forget massive lithium farms. We just figured out how to store the sun's power in a simple polymer and release it as green hydrogen on demand. Sunlight stored in liquid plastic. Scientists have developed a water-soluble copolymer that absorbs sunlight and stores it as a chemical energy for days. When you're ready to use it, a simple change in pH triggers the liquid to release pure green hydrogen gas. This solves the intermittency problem of solar power, allowing us to bottle the sun during the day and use it as fuel at night without needing expensive, heavy metal batteries. What do you think about this, John?
I think this is a huge breakthrough that is that's not talked about more. So what the research team did was they created a water-soluble redox active copolymer, and it's capable of storing temporarily electrons generated from sunlight. And so copolymers are large molecules that are composed of different repeating building blocks. And in this design, the polymer structure was engineered with functional chemical groups that can accept and hold electronics during a photocatalytic reaction. And so these electrons represent stored solar energy. Now, unlike traditional batteries, which store electrical charge through ion movement, this system stores energy as chemical potential in molecular bonds. Now, during the charging phase, visible light interacts with ruthenium-based dye catalyst that absorbs photons. And so this catalyst excites electrons and transfers them into the copolymer storage structure. And the polymer effectively acts as a temporary electron reservoir, allowing solar energy to be stored chemically for several days. And they actually reported charging efficiency exceeding 80%. So that means that most of the captured solar energy remains stored in the polymer system. And this is notable because many solar fuel systems lose energy rapidly during conversion and storage. And so, like you said, when energy is needed, they trigger a chemical reaction by adding acid and a hydrogen evolution catalyst. And so the stored electrons combine with protons to produce molecular hydrogen, H2. And so this reaction, that is what releases the energy in a usable chemical fuel. And so the hydrogen production stage, that achieves around 72% efficiency, which means that most of the stored chemical energy becomes hydrogen fuel, which is my favorite fuel of the future. And the other thing too, the other important advantage is that the reaction can occur even in the dark. So because the energy was stored during the day, you can expense it at night, which I think this is phenomenal. This is super cool. What do you think? All of these today have been really interesting.
I like to think of this as update like a glow-in-the-dark sponge. During the day, you leave the sponge in the sun, it soaks up the light energy. Instead of just glowing, though, the sponge holds on to that energy invisibly until you squeeze it like a lemon to get it out. The moment that the juice hits, the sponge exhales hydrogen gas. You can use that power to your car, heat your home. It's literally a battery you can pour into your tank. Currently, it's in the advanced lab scale testing at the University of Jena, Ulm, and commercial grid scale pilots are the next milestone. So this is moving fairly fast. It's potentially much lower cost than lithium ion because it uses organic polymers and the water rather than rare earth elementals. It's designed for industrial energy storage, hydrogen fueling stations, and decentralized home power units. And you can even eventually use solar fuel tank in your backyard that generates cooking and heating fuel directly off your son's roof. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's a couple things, though. There's a couple challenges to scaling, right? So laboratory chemical versus industrial reactors, that's a key challenge. Material durability. and the cost of the catalyst. So ruthenium is actually really expensive. So, but this is so cool. This could have long-term impacts on solar fuel plants, renewable hydrogen infrastructure, carbon-free industrial energy. Like, there's a whole bunch that this could enable if they can get it to scale, which I'm excited for.
I'm excited for this as well. You talked about the photoredox copolymers, where photosynthesizers capture photons to drive electrons into reduct active units. This photocharged macromolecular electrolyte remains stable for days due to the polymer's ability to inhibit back reaction until the pH switch. So this introduces protons for the hydrogen to evolution catalyst. So once the pH switch happens, it's great. So this is the most significant leap in artificial photosynthesis since the first electrical chemical cells in 1970s, moving us from instant use photocatalyst to storable solar fuel.
Yeah.
The violet color, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The violet color in the charged state isn't for show. It's a pure manifestation of radical anions stored on the polymer backbone, literally seeing the electrons waiting to be used.
Yeah, and so like photoelectrochemical systems, this is different from photoelectrochemical systems because they use sunlight to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. And so this process, what that does is it converts solar energy directly into chemical fuel. And it's been considered a potential cornerstone of future hydrogen economy. But this new polymer system, it represents a different approach. It stores the solar energy first before producing hydrogen, which I think is a huge leap and very critical for hydrogen, for energy storage going forward.
Yeah, and unlike traditional electrolysis, which requires ultra pure water and massive electricity, this system can potentially operate in modular flow batteries that are much easier to maintain in remote areas. The research is a fusion project between two German powerhouse universities, Jena and Ulm, proving that the big breakthroughs in 2026 are happening where polymer science meets quantum photocatalysis. So the 58% round trip efficiency is impressive for new tech, but it still loses significant energy compared to a standard lithium ion battery, which sits at 90%. So we need to see if the polymer can survive thousands of solid charge-discharge cycles without degrading. Yeah. And we need to keep an eye on green hydrogen ETFs, because if this starts rolling out, we're going to see some movement in the hydrogen markets, but don't take stock advice from me.
Yeah. Think of it this way, though. Essentially, like, it's artificial photosynthesis, which is engineered for energy storage, which is super cool.
So we're moving away from mining theirs for batteries and towards growing our energy storage in a lab. Would you feel safer with a tank of solar liquid in your garage compared to a massive lithium battery wall? Let us know in the chat. Liquid versus solid. What's the future of your home electricity grid?
Tired of drowning in repetitive tasks while your competitors race ahead? Every minute you spend on manual data entry, scheduling, and routine processes is a minute you're not growing your business. Flowgrammer.ca transforms your workflow chaos into seamless automation. We build AI-powered systems that handle your busy work so you can focus on what actually makes you money. Our clients typically save 15 plus hours per week and see their productivity double within 60 days. Visit flowgrammer.ca for a free automation audit. That's flowgrammer.ca. Stop working in your business and start working on it.
What do you got going on, John?
Yeah, just plugging away, helping companies with government funding, attending events, probably startup drinks or Flowgrammer events. How about you, Craig?
Lots of stuff going on. I honestly don't know when this is going out. I have to check. I think it's going to go out in April. But there's all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't know about OpenClaw, it's the latest AI automation agent that's taken the world by storm in 2026. And OpenClaw Toronto chapter just launched. And we have all sorts of events going on. So check out openclawto.com. Our first demo night is April 14th. We have a Builder Cafe on April 10th. We have a bunch of other events. There's updates every day. We've deconstructed the latest 2 betas over the weekend that was launched in OpenClaw and what you should do about them. There's a bunch of articles over there. Go check that out. We're also over at flowgrammer.ca where we do N8N automations. We run the Flowgrammer community. I do Builders Hub and connectivity for AI and business automation agents. And for everything else, head over to TorontoStarts where we hook up startups and investors at our Startup Investor Drinks. We do mentoring, we do workshops, we have a list of investors. There's a whole bunch of content over. You can also book me over there if you want a meeting with me to talk about whatever, help your startup. Check out TorontoStarts.com. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where should they go and what is that?
Yeah, non-dilutive funding. We're talking government grants, tax credits. Come find me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Right now is Shred Time, SRNED. But come reach out to me too if you've got a startup, if you've got a company, reach out to me if you have any questions. And if they have company questions about their startup in general, where do they find you, Craig?
Yeah, find me at TorontoStarts.com. But John, just before we go, something's open right now, and it's closing May 31st. Thank you. Can Export. And what?
Yeah. So
what
if
should
you have
people
at
know
least
about that?
300,000 in revenue in the previous year, and you're looking to expand outside of Canada, reach out to me, and we can put together. We can talk about an application for Can Export.
All the links we talked about will be in the show notes wherever you're watching this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Silicon Scoop. We hope you enjoyed this episode's dive into the latest tech news. Stay connected with John Irwin and the Startup Coach on LinkedIn and subscribe for more insights and updates. Until next time, stay ahead, stay informed.